This video, I'm going to be sharing with you the vibrational resonance of alignment. I'm going to show you exactly how you can align with who you are meant to be, and I'm going to share with you how you can increase your vibration to that level. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the vibrational resonance of abundance, showing you exactly what you can do to vibrationally get to a point to where you feel like things come easier, to where you feel like almost what you want to create in your life wants to come through you versus you having to go outside there and actually do anything. Or not that there's no action taken at all, but not that you have to like bang around to get everything done. So this is about understanding who we really are at a fundamental nature, because the truth is even though we're having this physical experience in our and with our ego, we are actually a higher level of consciousness. We are that of love, joy, bliss. If we look at the scale that I share in almost every video now, you'll see shame, fear, guilt, you'll see eventually neutrality, willingness, then reasoning, and then love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. The truth is you are those higher emotions. That is who you are. And when we talk about alignment, it's about aligning with the part of you that is in the joy, the peace, the love. That is who you really are. Now, we could say as well that part of this thread of us creating what we want in our life, it's about us increasing and going up this scale of consciousness, because the further up this scale of consciousness we go, the better we feel. So we have an increased state of being, but also our vibration is higher. So therefore what we do focus on has more potency. Now, a lot of times what people do is they try to create from the lesser levels of consciousness. What they do is they say, I really, really want something. And if I really, really had that, I feel really, really better, And what happens is because they say that, they are externalizing their own happiness, externalizing their own power, and therefore they feel resistance in the present moment right now. But the key to moving up this scale is to align with who you really are by letting go of who you are not. That's the way we move up the scale. We move up the scale by actually letting go. By letting go of things that no longer serve us. Neutrality is a huge step. Neutrality, we become aware that we can observe our thoughts. We don't have to react. Most people are walking around in a dream. And life is a dream to begin with, but most people are walking around just sleepwalking. They're not aware, they're not engaged in their life. They're just at the stimulus response, stimulus response, stimulus response. And the key to breaking out of that cycle is awareness. Because when you become aware that you can get out of the autopilot mind, you can then start to mix it up. You can start to observe what you're thinking instead of just focusing on the content of what you're thinking, this is who I am. You are not the shame, fear, guilt, or anger. That is not who you are. There's just been certain reference experiences that have happened in the past that have had it to where you then feel weighed down. You then feel that that's the way reality is. And then those thoughts go on self-perpetual thought loops. They just keep going. You keep thinking those thoughts. That's not who you are. The key is to get to neutrality. And the way you get to neutrality is by knowing that yes, those things happen, but those things are not who you are. They were just something that happened. And when you see it for what it was, you can start to detach the story from it. When you detach the story, you start to lessen the charge. It no longer has power over you in your life. So the key is neutrality. Then what happens is you get to neutrality, you start to realize that everything in your life is fundamentally neutral. That it's just based on the meaning you give it to the meaning you get out of it. Just like the idea is when we talk about that of a rainy day has no meaning other than the meaning we give it. For someone it might be very positive, for someone it might be a negative thing. Depends on their reference experiences and depends on how they interpret it. So the key to this is being aware of how we interpret these things. Now the idea is once we get to that of neutrality, there's then a level to where we get to that of willingness and reasoning. Willingness is the sense of the willpower, willing to move into the upper type vibrational states. The desire to do so, but not a desire from lack. And then reasoning is the understanding, it's the awareness that our beliefs create our reality. So if you want to align with that of the ideal reality you want to experience, it's about understanding the vibrational resonance of the version of you that is already living that way, and this version of you must also be the more authentic version of you, or the most authentic version of you. And maybe you're already living parts of that in your life. But this is what it's about. It is about understanding that yes, you are this unconditional love and bliss. That is who you are. But what you can then do is align with it by being aware of your vibration in relation, I like how that rhymes, your vibration in relation to where you currently are and how you currently feel. Now let's understand this, the vibrational resonance. Vibration is a combination of what you think, how you feel, and how you act. These are the three things that make up your vibration. Now, if you change your emotion, you then change your vibration. I'd say emotion is a huge part of this. And this is what bogs a lot of people down. Because when people think that they are not more than their body, or when they think that they are just this ego structure, they get tied up in these lesser emotions. But you see, your emotions are that of your vibration, huge part of it. So what you can begin to do is begin to observe the meaning you're giving situations. Because the thing is the meaning that you give of what's happening in your life, that's going to determine how you respond in your life. Because there is no understanding of how we should feel without a meaning first there. Our beliefs give things meaning. So if I were to look at a rainy day, I have no emotion. I don't feel anything. But if I gave it a positive meaning and it rains, I'm like, yes, I feel really good. So our beliefs are what create our emotions, whether we're aware of it or not. So we must first become aware of what that is, because if we change that, we change everything. Now, if you want to experience and you want to learn more about how I transformed my own emotions, I went from somebody that was feeling at about a 7, or I was feeling actually about a 3 to a 4 out of 10, with 10 feeling amazing, 1 feeling not great at all. I increased my vibration and went through this shift in consciousness, and then got to a place where I was feeling a 7 or 8 out of 10. I'm going to be doing a workshop on how I let go of my painful past, how I transformed my vibration into a 7 or 8 out of 10, and how I became emotionally free. I'm going to be doing a teaching or a webinar on that here on Thursday at 4 p.m. So if you want to become a part of that, you have to show up live. So if you can show up live, then what I recommend you do is that you sign up. You'll see the link in the top of the description box below. It is this Thursday, 4 p.m. PST, that is Pacific Standard Time. So if that resonates with you, go ahead and put your email in the top of the description box, or you'll see the link right there. But in general, understand that for your vibrational resonance, a very important part of this is understanding how you feel, but you give the meaning to how things feel in your life. And when you shift this, you shift everything, because what we experience in our life is a reflection of our vibration. So change the meaning we give things, then we find that everything changes as a reflection. If we change how we feel, we change the vibrational alignment that we have. Now understand that when it comes to this process, also think of it in terms of alignment of your chakra system. Because when we have that of our willpower is part of alignment. Some people would say, Aaron, why are you talking about taking action? The law of attraction, we should just be able to think it. That's all it should take. Well, maybe for some people, but for me, I found that aligning my willpower, my solar plexus, and aligning that with that of my heart, which means it's something that I'm passionate about, with that of my throat, what I am speaking in my reality, up to that of what I am thinking, and almost my contribution that I want to give to humanity, how I want to add value to other people. I align all of these together, and that also creates alignment. I have an alignment with each of these in my energy system. So I am taking action, going towards a certain goal. I am feeling the passion of what I'm doing with the intention of adding value with his contribution to people around me. I am speaking the change I wish to see in the world, as well as embodying it. I'm aligning all of these together. And what you can begin to do is to align yourself with the way you prefer to be. Now that's what I've done in my life, is I just aligned all of these together. And they all leak into one another as well. For a period of my life, I was just about taking massive action. And it served me, because before that, I was someone that didn't take action. I was someone that was just trying to think about things. And when I started to take action, I started to get great results. And then that started to leak into different areas of my life. So I'm taking a lot of action. Then I said, you know what? What if I align this up with my emotion? What if I feel more from my heart center while I take this action? And then it bumped it up to the next level. Then you know what? What if I let go of the outcome? What if I surrendered to the moment and I said yes to the present moment, and then I focused on that as well? And I moved up these rings because there's different levels and different paradigms of manifestation. And the truth is you can move up these levels as you go through this process, and the key to doing so is being aware of your vibration. So imagine right now, what is the best possible version of you, and how are you living? In your imagination, this is the doorway that connects you to this version of you. Imagine it. And imagine what you'd be doing. Imagine the beliefs that you would have. Imagine the emotions that you would feel. Imagine the way you would interact with other people. Imagine what you would be doing. Imagine what you'd be thinking. All of these things make up the vibration of the best possible version of you. And what you can begin to do right now is begin to live as that version of you. And for a while, it may seem and it may feel, this is fake. This isn't who I am. But it's not that this is fake. This is just simply unfamiliar. That's all it is. It's just not familiar. It's not repetitiously been thought over and over again like the prior version of us. Dr. Joe Dispenza has a book called How to Break the Habit of Being Yourself. When I first saw the title, I was like, why would you want to do that? You want to become more of yourself. But the idea is that who we think we are is a set of habitual thought patterns, habitual actions, and habitual emotions. And when we become aware of that, we wake up from that dream of the old autopilot self, and then we start to be in a new way of who we really are. We start to align with that. And when we align with that, it puts us into a higher vibrational state of consciousness. And that's where we really start to align with who we are meant to be. So the key to this whole process is understanding who we really are. It is understanding this vibrational resonance with this higher vibrational aspect of us. When we are able to see that who we really are is love, is joy, is peace, is enlightenment, that is who we are, what we begin to do is we begin to detach from the old self. We begin to detach from the old shadow identity. And that is not who we are. That is just something that we've been playing the role of because we thought, this is who I am, this is how I have to be. But the truth of the matter is that is just a role that we have played until we become aware. And right now, if you're watching this video, then most likely you are becoming aware. You are becoming more of who you are. You have this intention of aligning with these higher states of consciousness. You have an intention to align with the best possible version of you. And the thread that connects everything I'm sharing with you together right now is passion. Passion is the feeling of you doing what you are meant to be doing in your life. Your body's interpretation of who you really are is passion. So when you follow your passion, you are aligning with more and more of who you are. And the key to this is to follow that thread, wherever it goes. It may lead you somewhere, and you may say, oh, is this who I am? You may start to find out more of who you are, and then you may say, you know what, this doesn't serve me anymore. And then you go on to another layer of this reality. But the truth is you can begin to align with this. You can begin to know that this passion is who you are. You can begin to more look at the vibrational frequency of things than what you think those things will bring you in the terms of materialistic things. That's when things really begin to change. Why do you want money? Why do you want a relationship? Why do you want to be in great health? Why do you want those things? The key is that the reason you want those things is because you believe you'll feel better if you do have them. You feel like you'll feel more of who you are. You'll feel in more alignment. The key is to simply choose to feel those emotions right now. Because the truth is the emotions that are inside you right now, it's something you just give yourself permission to feel. It's just what we use those external benchmarks as signs that say, okay, Aaron, now you can give yourself to feel this pleasure because you have done XYZ, but I could have given myself pleasure to feel XYZ by understanding that I can generate that emotion from within. I don't have to wait till I achieve this milestone, this external milestone, that if I were to achieve, then I could feel better. Instead, I can give myself permission to feel those emotions right now. And as I increase my state of being, the paradox is that then I'm more likely to align with that reality quicker because I am in vibrational resonance with that state of consciousness. So in the same way, you can realize that what you want to experience, the emotions you would feel from it, they already exist within you. It's about giving yourself permission to do it now, permission to feel it now, aligning with what you're passionate about. And as you do so, you also make this more about the journey than just the end destination. You get there quicker. You get there quicker, but then you realize that there isn't even anything that is really the goal itself. The goal is the process. The goal is the emotion. The goal is the alignment. As you align with that, your whole entire life will change. So, like I said, the emotional transformation training that I'm going to be doing is this Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you can show up live, then go ahead and click in the top of the description box below. I'm going to be showing all of the tips and ways that I went through this process and how I became aware of it and how I raised my vibrational set points so that you can do the same. That'll be in the top of the description box. Also, I'm going to be doing more live Q&As on Instagram, so if you want to ask me questions, you will see the thing right there for you to follow me. I will also do daily content there. I post twice a day. I do videos and all that other stuff that's native to that of Instagram. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you can see the daily vids that I do. The way YouTube does things now is you actually have to hit that button to see the daily vids. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.